Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds. I'm Nerdarchy Steve, and tonight I'm joined by these fine nerds. We got Brian Colin in the house, Stephen Partridge, and Robin Miller, as well as Carlos Rivera, all hanging out with us with their links down in the description so you can follow them across the interwebs. We're playing Vast Grimm tonight, a sci-fi horror game. It's got some heavy duty OSR flavors, and it is a Mork Borg hack. Matter of fact, there's a Kickstarter to get deeper into the Vast Grimm universe live now, and is actually kicking ass. So if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description. We're if we by we I mean Brian, if he hasn't already hit the next stretch goal by now, it's very close, so very close. With that,
And
I'm
if
just
you
gonna
missed
throw it
out,
to you.
I'm gonna butt in. And if you missed out on the previous Kickstarter and you do want to, get in on this, there is a tier that you can actually get the core rulebook and the new stuff at the same time.
Yes.
Sweet. Well, with that, let's throw it to the GM and you turn the world on. Oh, you hit the kick. You hit the goal.
We did, yes. We hit it like while we were almost getting ready to launch with like 5 minutes. So everybody that pledges now gets a double hex patch with my illustration of a Turgis worm on it. It's super rad. It's embroidered and dye sublimation printed. So anybody that backs at a pledge level gets it, which is pretty rad. And we've got all sorts of crazy patches, which I'm totally nerding out over. So I'm digging it. But as the GM, since this is the third and final episode of this little mini arc, maybe you guys will survive and we'll do another arc later. Who knows? But for anybody that is just now tuning in and missed out, this band, this Legion, discovered this giant vessel, this giant almost like shipping container pop out of the bitter void. They explored one level, then all of a sudden there was another level that they could go up. And when they went up into this next level, they climbed through rubble up an elevator shaft and discovered this woman, almost like a concierge, or someone that would kind of be an introduction to what was there was a museum, like a natural history museum. But it had these little cars, almost as though you're going to ride them at an amusement park to go through. Our friends in the Legion, Bert, the Emobot, had been zapped out and had been shut down by this magical tribute that had completely powered down Bert and some other electronics around the way. And the Legion had just started to go through and enter into this much larger room with a hallway with lights that boom, boom came on as you moved in, and a light shone on the northern side, a small 15 by 15 room that looked like almost animatronic people in a 1950s style kitchenette, pulling out like a turkey out of the oven and setting it down. They're dressed as though they are kind of like that Nick at Night vibe. It's got this kind of weird kind of 50s music playing in the background. And what looks like glass in front of the screen, in front of the room, but you can see like little flies fly through and come back out. So that glass may not be real. It may be there. It may be something else. And you had strapped in to this little kind of ride. And Bert, all of a sudden, you're powering back up to see yourself in this strange environment. There's like a couple that's dressed with an apron and in the 50s style clothing, and a kid sitting at the table. Yes.
I just wanted to interject one thing, Bert. You are strapped to the back of Era with fanny packs, like 4 of them,
Yes.
and made into a makeshift harness. And you're facing the other way because when you glitched out, we didn't want to leave you.
Era.
Yes.
Era. You can put me down now.
We're kind of strapped in. I don't think I can undo this thing. Can I undo this thing?
You try to like push the handlebar up, and it has a little click clack, and it pushes up with a little bit of muscle. But yes, it goes up.
All right. So then I'll kind of go and undo these bags and straps and whatnot, so that Bert can kind of no longer be C3PO'd on Chewbacca.
I'm gonna like stand up and kind of get a look around. Well, I don't think that we're dead because I'm fairly sure that I don't have a soul that is compatible with the concept of an afterlife. So, what's going on?
As you stand up to start to look around, you feel this little car moving underneath of you. You're standing up almost in an amusement style ride with the rest of your legion in seats there, and you're in a very long hall. It's dark ahead of you, and on your left hand, well, no, you're standing up facing backwards. On your right hand side, you see that like 15 by 15, almost like display room, as though you're in a natural history museum with these kind of animatronic moving people. And as you're standing, they're like, please stay in your seat. This is from the early days. This was before the robots were introduced and made life better for all human beings.
Thank you. I quite agree with you, but most of them don't want to acknowledge that.
We are here, glad that you're here to experience the history of how life got better and how everything became easier. Please, as you see, there were people having to cook their own meals in the kitchens. There were people having to feed themselves. These were the dark times before the evolution of the robots. And then you see a clock going around and it goes cuckoo, cuckoo. And this kind of, this like almost like 1950s boxy robot just kind of beep, beep. What do you all do?
I'll pull my strap, down so it doesn't yell at me, and be prepared for whatever hell is in front of us.
I think Cyrus is recording.
Of course, he
right.
is.
Of course,
Is
right.
that
And
robot's,
posting it to the live feed of Cyruscape.
is that robot's name Rosie by chance?
Do you ask that?
No, my character went. Torch wouldn't know that. I don't think.
I like that
Yes.
though.
I don't know. I don't
So-
know if the Jetsons exist in the vast Grimm universe as canon or not.
Probably some offshoot at some point. So do you just stay along and go and as that they stay doing their thing for like a good 5 minutes or so. Everybody make a presence test, and
Oh,
yeah,
right.
everybody
I
make a
can do that in
presence
the
test.
interface. I don't have to get my dice out.
Roll a d20, add your presence modifier.
Well,
I failed.
I crit failed.
6.
Yes.
8.
It's a natural
Oh, good.
20, or is that a natural 20? I think, or I'm using
Yes,
the-
that is a natural 20. You're using the roll app. Yes,
Yeah.
it's 20 plus your
I've-
3 modifier, so you got a 23. All
I
right.
forgot to bring my dice in front of me, so I'm like, oh,
Well,
perfect.
you don't need them with roll, so you're set. So everybody's like not paying attention, doesn't really notice. But here, I'm going to pass a note over to you, Carlos, for Jacob to see. I'm just going to message you directly through the platform.
Meanwhile, Cyrus is like trying to get everybody to like log into Cyruscape to watch the video feed as opposed to just experiencing it themselves.
Well, sometimes the dice just know, and since my character is distracted, as a personality thing, it would make sense that I miss them. So sure.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
So as the lights are coming down on this like 1950s-ish style dinner event, the lights on the other side, directly across on the other side of the hall, turn on, and the car that you're in just kind of backs up a little bit. It's jerky, then it pulls into another track, almost like a parallel track on the floor as it whips
Oh,
in.
I was hoping it does like one of those like 180 spins, but oh well.
Maybe on a future one. I do like that, like the teacup type movement.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yes. So that happens, and it whips you in, and then the lights start to come up. It's almost like a curtain raising, although it's just the light illuminating this room. And this room too is about 15 by 15. And here you see what looks like a giant metal contraption. It almost looks like a big furnace. And it opens up, and you see a little robot come out, a little baby robot. It's very blocky and metal, and you see a doctor there, like dressed in like doctor scrubs and mask, and they pull it out and they turn to you. And this was the dawning, the birth of the robots, when they came and helped bring extra hands to the people. And then they take the baby and the baby robot and kind of treat it as you would like a human baby, and start cleaning it and set it into a little bassinet. And someone in nurse outfit comes over and kind of moves it and takes it over and puts it right up in front of the window, as though what you're looking in is kind of like the nursery window at a hospital. And you see, now it lights up and you see multiple robot babies laying in little bassinets.
Hey guys, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to think this thing was put together by robots.
I'm kind of shocked. I didn't think that it was, it happened that way. Weren't they
It didn't.
made? Weren't they made, not born?
Well, they might be a different kind of robot, I guess. I mean, if they want to say they were born, who am I to tell them that they weren't? But it didn't happen that way for me.
This definitely seems like robot propaganda.
Unless it did, Brian.
No. As far as you know, in the universe and in like everything you know about history, none of this makes sense.
You don't grow, right, Bert?
No. I mean,
Bert.
not unless I add more pieces.
Oh,
Bert,
wait a minute,
I-
Bert. When you glitched out, I think we're not quite sure, but we might be in an alternate dimension. We're not quite sure about how that works. But if we are,
Bert, quick
there's
bit.
worms there too.
You know,
Bert, by any chance? Oh, okay.
I've heard that like back in the old days, they had robots that were made to be babies, but like I thought they gave them to the little people to like learn how to take care of other babies.
Are you talking about kids?
That matches some of
Yeah.
the information in my database.
Hey, Bert, by any chance, when robots, do you notice that their eyes have a little bit of blue in there? You think you can let us know what's happening there? Maybe someone else is looking on the other side of that, maybe?
I'm gonna get up out of my seat and go over and look.
Are you going over to the side that's lit up now, or the 50s style side that you were at before?
Yeah, the one that's lit up now. I mean, like if that's where the eyes are, yeah.
Okay, so you go up and you see like they are still going about their business, almost as though like they're in a choreographed routine. They don't seem to be breaking at all. As you look, and especially after Jacob mentioned that to you, you notice that their eyes, all of these robots, have almost like a blue glowing quality to them. It doesn't look like any sort of emo bot that you've seen before in their eyes.
Are you all okay?
And you see one turn and look at you. It's the nurse, and she's holding one of the infant robots. You are not like the others. You belong here. Perhaps we should dial the director.
I look back at the others to see if you think that's a good idea.
Uh,
Oh my God. I don't think so. This.
Yeah, Bert can't stay. Bert talks to the ship for us.
I have conferred with my companions, and it is as you said, the humans' lives are much easier with a robot on board. I will be returning to my humans.
I want to hop out of the car and run over to where the babies are. And I propose a compromise, and I snatch one of the babies and head back to the car.
I go back to the car very quickly.
Oh God.
Torch, I did not
We will
agree to
get-
co-parent with you.
You hear the baby go, wah, wah, wah.
Oh good, now it's crying. It probably wants oil.
Remember we talked about getting a dog, and I haven't seen a dog since we killed those really strange ones?
That is
This
not
is
a dog.
like a dog, right? Kind of. Looks like a spot.
Or like an oil spot.
As you go to as you're getting in the back in like the little, were you getting back in the kind of car thing with this robot baby? As that happens, you see like far down the hall, you've got 1530, you've got about 50 feet down, and you see lights starting to pop up at the far back of the hall, like the area of the museum that you've not been to yet. And you see a kind of 6.5 foot tall, very wide shouldered man coming your way, just kind of walking, and you hear.
Do you think
as,
that's
like,
the
kind of
director?
metal on metal.
I don't think that's anybody we want to talk to.
Why not? This place says that robots are, made to make humans' lives better, right?
20 feet away.
Does it?
I don't think this one's made our lives easier.
10 feet away.
Oh shoot. Can I like unfasten to like be ready?
Sure. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll do the same.
Because I don't
Sounds
want to
like a great
be
idea.
trapped into not being able to dodge.
As you unfasten, you see a very kind of very built man with a clipboard, wearing kind of like a almost like a modern style business type suit. And he turns and looks at you and goes, "You're not supposed to touch the exhibits. I guess we could give you a pass if you would please return that animatronic back to the nursery display." And
I thought that was the
Lisa-
gift shop back there.
you were, hang on, let me rewind this. Touches on the clipboard, rewinds it, and you hear the woman that was out in front of the in front when she let you in going, "And you'll exit through the gift shop." And you hear the exact conversation that happened while you were there. It goes, "No, she clearly stated that you would exit through the gift shop."
That doesn't mean he was listening. And I say this in a very put upon tone that implies I have been around these people for a long time and I know they're bullshit.
Yeah, but how do you know that we were listening?
He looks at each of you. "If you put that back, the only fee that we will charge you for disrupting the environment will be, we just need some of your memories so that we can make our exhibits better."
I'll make you a copy.
We need human memories, for we are trying to reenact the lives that humans have led.
Counter
Man,
thought.
So you want him to tell you a story?
In a way, yes.
the last doctor tried to extract on our fluids, or maybe putting some in. You want to extract our memories. I don't know about this.
No, he just said he wants you to tell him a story.
I don't
It's
think
just
that's
borrowing
what it
your
works.
memories, and we don't take them. We record them. And I'm sorry, what did you say? The non human?
I was just going to point out that none of these people were alive in the time period that you're working on.
Well, obviously you have not made it further in the exhibit because your crew member decided that it was time to take out part of our exhibit. Had you have made it through the areas that I just walked through, you would see that it continues to progress through the timeline. And we've got one room just a little bit further down the way that is waiting to be expanded upon.
Bro, I
Perhaps
am pretty sure that this is a violation of some kind of child labor law.
those are animatronic. You don't have to worry about those. Those aren't even full-on emobots.
Uh-huh. And
Oh,
what
what a
exactly is
ripoff.
the difference?
It is like a wind-up toy.
That's a ripoff. These are fake emobot babies.
You know, that's funny because that one was able to respond to me off script. And wind-up toys can't do that.
Oh no, I mean the child ones, the ones that are in playing their parts. Those are union members of our guild of historical reenactments,
And I take it the blue shine in their eyes has something to do with that then?
Then he kind of looks at you. He goes, "Come closer. I need to see if you have a blue shine in your eyes."
No.
He starts walking towards you.
I
Um,
back
can I-
up.
Try and get a closer look.
I do
Can
not
I
consent
interject
to this.
myself and be like, excuse me, I have a question. Where do people like me fall? Because I have like lots of cybernetic parts, but I'm also definitely human.
Cyrus, get
So
your
I'm
phone
like-
out and record this.
Somewhere in the middle, and I'm just like trying to like totally like bullshit this guy into like being
He's
distracted.
oppressing me.
He looks over at
Be
you.
the best.
He goes, you have too much flesh to warrant being a bot.
Oh, by the way, have you heard of social media? Like, I have this great app called Cyruscape, and start rambling about that, just trying to distract him.
And he's distracted and he's go ahead.
Hey, Bert, you need me to kneecap this guy or what?
I don't know. I need to find out if these robots are actually members of a union or if they're being enslaved.
So do I have to give the baby fake emo bot back or what? I feel like since they're fake emo baby bots, we kind of been ripped off. We should get our money back.
You didn't pay for it. I'm more concerned that these robots are being kept here against their wills.
Can I just throw out there as a player, this guy's already contradicted himself too, because he definitely said they were wind-up toys, and then he said they were part of a union. So like,
Oh no,
there's
the
already
babies
a
are
level of
wind-up toys. The
contradiction.
adults are part of a union.
But as you're saying the things about the social network that you've created, he's completely sucked in. And he goes, "Please tell me, what is your name?"
Oh, my name is Cyrus, and this is Jan. Jan is full of useful information. And then
We don't have any interest in that. I want your story. Can I take you on a private tour? What you've created with this Cyruscape sounds magnificent, and I think we should make a room dedicated just to you.
That sounds great, but also very dangerous.
There's nothing dangerous here for you.
Are you sure? Because like you definitely have babies that are part of a union, and I'm pretty sure that's not legal.
No, certainly not. No, the bots that were reenacting were part of the union. Those were just dolls, essentially.
Oh, so they're like held to like a morality clause and stuff because they're actors.
That is correct.
Okay, so what does robot morality look like? Once again, just still trying to distract him while they've come up with a plan.
Okay, while you're talking to him, what's everybody else doing?
I'm apparently being distracted by whatever Cyrus is talking about.
Perfect.
Hey, do you got an exhibit about the Six?
And he turns and goes, "I don't know what the Six are. What do you speak of?"
Worms? You ain't heard of no worms?
I mean, we have an exhibit about terraforming, about farming, about the labor movement, about space travel.
Hey, any
And then
of
we
you
have-
guys got any dead worms on you? You can show them.
Well, what about the one that you pulled out of your arm?
We squished it.
Worms, dead worms.
Yeah, you know, they get in you, they hang out for a while, then you become a part of them, or they.
Hey,
That sounds terrible.
it is.
I'm curious to learn more. I mean, I feel like there should be a room in our exhibit about that. Don't you?
There probably
No.
should be. How old is this museum?
It is easily. Hang on. Well, as the director, I've been the director for but it's been around longer than that. It's been around easily 375 years. But we are a traveling exhibit, and the reins of the director get passed on from generation to generation.
Have you run into any other legions before?
Legions? What do you mean?
Us, we're a legion.
I thought
Survivors.
you were just survivors?
Yeah, the world's gone to shit.
No. Not. We recently traveled through a strange rip in space, it seemed like, and where we came from, no, there were. I mean, sure, things were not always good and prosperous, but I mean, look at our exhibit. See how well humanity has thrived. Please, if you go through the other rooms,
Whoa,
you'll
whoa,
see
whoa!
that.
Hold on. I turn to the group. Does anyone else find this guy annoying?
I mean,
Yes.
I wouldn't say annoying. He's a little off, but I don't think he understands that the world, the universe is gone.
Should I just illustrate to him what it's like to live in the world that we live in?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, take the shotgun out, shoot him in the knee.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, roll a d6 for initiative to see if he catches on to what you're doing.
Life was great until
That's
I
a
took a
4.
shotgun to the knee.
That's a 4. Okay. You can go ahead and go first, and the rest of the group can roll an agility plus d6 to see who's going to go after.
That's a
Borg
19.
Okay, that hits.
For 7. And just going at the knee, so I'm not trying to make it fatal.
Okay.
And then after I blow out his kneecap, that's what living in our world's like. Every day.
So you blast him in the knee,
Yes.
and you see, like, as his knee gets hit, you see flesh peel away from this kind of this metallic underneath as he kind of starts to drop a little bit, and he goes, "Actors!" And
Oh, you are a robot.
he says that, and then who?
Oh shit, Bert, is this your cousin?
No. Why would you think he was my cousin?
He's a robot.
Torch.
Were you made in a medical facility?
You don't have time to say this, Jacob. What are you doing, real quick? No, Jacob. What's your number? I'm sorry. What's your initiative?
So I rolled a 4. That's -1, so 3.
3. Okay. Era.
I rolled a 1 + 1, so 2.
2. Cyrus.
I rolled a 1 + 4, so 5.
Okay, and Bert.
Initiative is agility.
Agility plus a d6.
Oh, I didn't roll a d6.
Oh, a
So
D6.
I rolled a
Okay,
1 on a
hold on.
20.
Oh,
That's gonna be 4 + 0 for 4.
Okay. Okay, so Cyrus, what are you doing?
Cyrus is seeing this guy is made of metal is like, that I can work with. I want to try to hack his system.
Okay. So for you to hack his system, are you going to try and do it wirelessly, or are you going to try and go up to him and try and find a port on him to kind of jack into?
Well,
Or using the neuromancy thing that we got from the bad guy last session.
Oh, yes.
I just jam a
because
USB right into his
Cyrus-
ear.
I think Cyrus prefers hardwiring into things whenever possible, so I'm going to get
Okay.
up close.
Okay, so you're going to get up close. Make a presence test to see if you can find the port, because he looks like he's covered in flesh, right? He doesn't look like he's any bot except for where he just had his knee blown out.
Okay.
I got an 8.
Yeah, you're looking like it's like you're up around him and just kind of looking at him like he's the weirdest thing. And like, is that an ear? What's this, a nostril? What's this? And getting nowhere.
Well,
I
the way
don't
he
think
was
this
creeping out
guy's
Bert,
seen a human.
now Cyrus is creeping out him. It's perfect.
Right.
Vengeance is ours.
Yes, evenly.
Bert, what's happening with you?
I'm still trying to figure out if these other robots are being mind controlled or not. So I'm like not standing next to where all of this chaos is going on. I'm like poking at one of the nurses.
Excellent. So as you're poking at that nurse, all of a sudden you see their eyes, like they have like robotic eyes that have like, you can see almost like it's dilating, but it dilates to the point where the darkness goes away, and instead it's completely replaced with a bright electric blue. And it's almost like it's glowing. Well, no. Yeah. Okay. So as you're poking at them, they're looking back at you. You will be with us. It will be okay. You are safe here.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that you're safe here.
Oh no, it's a Stepford robots.
Jacob, what are you doing?
Following suit in torch, I am taking my semi-automatic pistol and a plop into the other kneecap.
Okay. Presence test.
We hate kneecaps.
It's definitely not gonna. Actually, I could use a favor to roll.
As long as you still have them, because you have not rested, I don't think. No, you rested right before the last game. So
I haven't used
okay.
the favor from the last game.
Excellent.
Yeah. How the hell? Okay, well, rules are whatever you roll, you have to use, right?
If you have another favor, you can burn it. I'm happy for you to just like waste them away.
I rolled a 1 because I'm getting because I know what the rules are now. It's like I don't want that.
Right? Yeah. So are you using another favor then?
Indeed. Okay, that's a 16. That's enough to hit.
Okay. That hits. Roll the damage.
Okay. That's gonna be 2 and 7. Oh no, D6 plus 2, so it's 3 and 8. My bad.
So 11.
Yes, sir.
So you blast at it, and you see like the whole bottom legs of this director just get blown out. It's like, and it's almost cartoon-like as like his torso is kind of hovering in midair for a second before it then slams to the ground, and he kind of falls forward with his hands, but his head looks up as part of the flesh that's on his face, like on his mechanical face, starts to drip off and peel away, and it reveals these bright blue eyes, and there's these weird like pink magenta like lines going through, almost like in a cybernetic pattern. It reminds you in many ways of the Grimm when meat bags get infected by the worm, by they so badly that they become the Grimm, that something is not quite right with this bot.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ezra, what are you doing?
You mean Era?
I mean, Era, sorry. Yep.
Yeah, I'm a. Especially after that, I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna smack him with my gummy stick.
Okay.
So that's deep.
Strength test?
Was that?
Strength test?
Yeah, so yeah, just plus strength. Man, my dice hate me today. That's the highest on the number on the D20 I've rolled so far, and that's a 5. So 7? Don't think it's gonna hit.
So, something about how it just kind of dropped in midair. You were swinging at it, and it just like went right below as your swing came through. And now it is the turn of the director and the actors. All of a sudden, like you see from like further down the hall where he kind of the room's lit up as he kind of came through towards you as he was walking your way. There, as I had mentioned, there were 5 more exhibits that he described being there. And inside each one, you see these blue eyes opening up from inside each of those exhibits. It's easily 12 on the left side and 8 on the other, plus the ones that were in the exhibits that you had already seen. First, we're going to go with Bert because you're close to the one nurse that was there and then the doctor that was in there. Make an agility test. So you'll roll your d20 and add your agility and try to avoid being grabbed by this robot nurse.
I nat one, and I'm gonna let it play out.
Oh no. Okay. So you easily you're quickly easily grabbed, and you feel a surge kind of come through your arm as some sort of malware is trying to work its way into your system. Make a toughness test at disadvantage because you rolled a 1 just a minute ago.
That's what I thought. The lower one was 3.
Bye, Bert.
You feel some strange twinge coursing through your software. Like something does not feel right at all as you're starting to twitch a little bit. You're starting, like, everything that you see is starting to get almost like you're almost starting to see heat signatures now, as though you know what is bot and what is flesh without having to think, and you're having bad thoughts about the flesh bots or the flesh bags. The other the doctor that's in that room just kind of stands back and looks. He goes, "Yes, you will be safe with us." The one that's on the ground, the director, because both Era and Cyrus were up close to it. I'm going to roll odd for Era and even for Cyrus. And even for Cyrus, it is going to just try and just kind of reach in, like grab onto your leg and just like pull with all of its might, just try and separate separate you at the knee, separate your leg at the knee. Make an agility test to avoid. And you can make this with advantage because, he's he's not doing so well.
Is a 19 anything special?
You didn't get hurt.
Okay, I got a 23
special.
Total.
Excellent. So you quickly, easily move out of the way as he's trying to grab onto your leg. But the other bots are kind of closing in. You can feel from the back of the room, they are all stepping into the area and working their way towards you. And the ones that were in the eating dinner area are coming out from that side, and they're starting to go towards the back, the door that you came through, to try and block that entrance. That brings us to Cyrus. What are you going to do?
Cyrus, do I notice that Bert has been infected?
Make a presence. No, you wouldn't. Like, you're right here in the middle with the director, and Bert's over at the exhibit, right?
Okay.
A couple feet off. I don't think with Bert has their back to you. So
I will just keep doing what I was doing then.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh no.
Did you fumble that one?
I got a natural 1.
So just so you know, on a fumble on an attack, so what happens there is I can roll on the fumble chart. You can roll on the fumble chart, but it also, we'll do that. So roll a d12 unless you want to spend a favor to re-roll that, if you have a favor left.
I don't have any favors. I negated a 1 last time. Oh dear. Okay. I got a 9 on a d12.
Your gummy stick smacks down into the ground and is just stuck in the floor of the ship. You're gonna have to spend next round to try and yank it out of the ground, if that's what you choose to do.
Okay.
Bert, what are you going to do? You are not you're still in control of yourself. You just have these weird feelings.
Well, I mean, if all of the weird feelings are just feeling a little bit uncharitable toward my meatbag companions, that doesn't actually change anything.
Right?
So I'm just gonna kind of try to either pull my arm out of this nurse's grasp, or if she's not gonna let my arm go, I'm gonna disengage it.
Okay.
Take it off.
Excellent. So that works. And then Jacob, what are you going to do?
Wait, do I still have my arm or not? Because that was an if then.
Oh yeah. You still have your arm.
Okay.
Yeah, they let go. All of a sudden, once your eyes are starting to feel cool in your metal frame, and you see the blue kind of tone down in the eyes of the nurse that was there, and they go, "Yes, you are okay now." And they just they loosen their grip, and they're like, "You will help us. It will be seen."
Thought you were vaccinating me or something. I don't.
You will be fine.
Hey, Bert, stop playing doctor with that nurse over here and get back to the rest of us.
What? Oh. Which is when I realized there's a scramble going on over there.
Jacob, what are you doing?
So, So from a scale of 1 to bone, how's Cyrus looking in terms of the thing that he's dealing with?
Cyrus looks like they just like got their like gummy stick stuck in the floor, like in front of this bot, this like the director that's like half of it's been chopped off, like blown off by your guns between you and Torch. So okay, like you've seen Cyrus in worse straps.
Okay. You know what? Just to help. Do I see any of these animatronics coming down the hall by any chance?
Oh yes, you see what was it like about 20 of them coming towards you from the far end behind you, and they're making good distance. They'll beat you this round if you don't do something.
Gonna fire off a shot into one of them.
Okay, roll to hit.
Yes, that's a 12. 10 plus 2 is 12.
That hits.
And 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total.
Okay, you just like blow one of them, like one of the animatronic or what looks like people coming to you just gets blown. You blast it right in the chest. You see wires dangling out as this is obviously some sort of bot underneath a synthetic flesh suit. So
I just kind of call out, I don't think we should be coming down this way. I think pull back a little.
Excellent. Torch, what are you doing?
I guess I'm going to go behind the cart and kind of use it for cover. And take aim at one of the bots coming down the way.
Okay. If you're getting behind the cart, there's also the people that were having dinner to your side.
Then I'll start taking them out.
Okay.
Bless you. Bert, self-destruct is on, right?
I'm sorry, I was sneezing and didn't hear any of that.
I said, Bert, self-destruct is on, right?
Self-destruct is on.
Is it wrong if you start tactically thinking about how to use your Evo bot? And there's self-destruct. No. Let's see. That's a 7, so I'm going to re-roll it with a favor.
Excellent.
Wait a minute. You can spend a favor to reduce by 4, right?
That is correct. But if you had a 7, the normal difficulty is a 12, so that would make it an 11.
Yeah, but I have a 7 before my presence of 3.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yep.
Yeah. So I will do that. Why re-roll when we can just make it work?
When you can hit, yeah, totally.
For 3 points to the handsy nurse.
Excellent. You shoot the handsy nurse, and the handsy nurse just kind of falls over, and you see this weird blue, like almost like fluid seeping out onto the floor. Era, what are you going to do?
So the other end of the double-sided bang stick is a shotgun, right?
So you've got the bang stick, and you've got like kind of like the knife.
Right, but the bang part, it's a shotgun, right?
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Area at all, or is that just hits?
Slugs.
If you want it, sure. If you want it to, you can. You know.
All right, because
if you want yours to be buckshot, it can be like that.
I mean, if there's a horde of things coming down from the other side, I just want to see if I can, begin, causing a little bit of issue with them coming at us.
Sure. I will just kind of distribute the damage amongst multiple
Sure.
bots as opposed to hitting all at once.
All right. So that's agility, right?
Yep. No, I'm sorry. You're doing a ranged shot. It's going to be presence.
Presence? All right. That's a 15.
Okay, that hits. Roll the damage.
Yeah, that's going to be 7.
Okay. You shoot into hits. Roll a d4, and that'll determine how many of them you hit.
2.
You hit 2, and the 7 damage between the 2 of them take 2 of these weird skinned bots down to the ground, falling as others are behind them. And you hear weird, like almost like beeps and like almost as though they are starting to communicate in a non-English beeping, clicking, whirring language.
Okay.
I understand it.
Yes, you do. You do, and you hear. Well, yes. Here, I'll send you what they say. What they're saying. Sure. Bert.
So while they're doing that, I just need to preface to all of you guys, my character has a trait that's reckless. So that is why I'm doing what I'm doing next.
Yeah, no worries.
Excellent. So as they're about to go, the people from the dinner scene are rushing at Torch because Torch is the one that's fallen back. You see the two people running at you with one with like just kind of like a meat knife, as though they like a chef's knife, because they were just getting ready to cut dinner, and the other one just has like a plate that they're just coming to try and like smash on you. Like they were in a scene, so they didn't really have any real weapons there. So Dave, if you will just make an agility test for Torch to try and avoid getting hit.
Piece of cake. Let's see. Oh, that's a 20 plus.
So you like easily move out of the way of both of them. For the rest of the group, everybody except, well, so I know, Era, you are normally saved for last, but there are so many of them that you're going to get attacked as well. The only person that is not going to be attacked, Bert, they all seem to avoid you. There's going to be 2 attacking Era, Cyrus, and Jacob. And then the other ones, it's as though they're kind of swarming in to block off the director. So there's 6 of them coming in to attack, 2 on each of you. Each of you make 2 agility tests as they're coming in, and they're attacking with various clubs and weapons. Nothing major with any sort of major damage at the moment. Let me know if you get below 12, anybody. I feel like Cyrus has gotten below 12 at least once, maybe twice.
What was I included in that group, Ryan? I'm sorry.
You were not, no.
I was at once.
Okay.
So I got below 12 once.
And
a natural 20.
Nice.
I got the most impossible thing in the world.
You got a 1?
I got a natural 20 and a natural 1.
All right, fantastic.
Wait a minute. If my memory serves correctly, with a natural 20 on a defense roll, we get an attack.
Yes, you will both get a free attack, but we'll settle that up after we see what damage you both get.
That's good to know.
Now, on a fumble on a defense, you take double damage, and if you're wearing armor, it's reduced to tier.
I am wearing armor.
Okay.
So it's just nothing now, I guess.
Yeah. So everybody that has been hit, roll a d4 for the damage that you take, because you're just getting hit with random props and things from this museum.
It's the Moon Knight. It's the Moon Knight meme.
All right, so I rolled a 1 for the damage, but I have the minus D2 and a helmet, so it would be D plus 1 that I reduced the damage by, so I should be good.
Yeah, you're set. And Carlos, what did you say?
I'm sorry. I said, oh, you said what happens to get it below a 12? I'm like, well, no, you get hit. That's
right. Okay. And Dave, what were you saying?
I was just saying their attacks make me think of the Moon Knight meme where he's just throwing random bullshit.
Perfect.
So I have a question. Is that penalty to my armor permanent or?
Yeah, that's permanent. Your armor's just effed now.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so now because both Cyrus and Jacob got a bonus attack for getting a natural 20 on your defense roll, Cyrus, what are you going to attack one of the ones that just attacked you?
I'm thinking. Do I have to attack one that just attacked me, or can I attack anybody around?
I would think it would be one of the ones that just did, because it's like they attacked you and did such a bad job, you get like a cheap shot in, basically.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I'll just attack one of them that attacked me then.
Okay.
So do I roll an attack roll for that?
Yeah, if you're using, hang on, your gummy stick's still stuck.
Yeah,
so you
it's
can,
stuck.
So you can like punch them or do something else, but you can't use that gummy stick to get that attack.
Can I do a neuromancy thing?
Sure, you can do that. Totally.
I'm going to turn on my zero gravity.
Okay, so spend a neuromancy point,
Yep.
roll a presence test, and let me know what you get. Please fumble,
Okay.
please fumble.
I got a 19 plus 1. Dirty 20.
That is a success. All of a sudden, everything in this room, there is zero gravity. So unless you have some sort of like anti-gravity boots where you're locking down into the metal floor below you, you are starting to...
I'm stuck to my gummy stick, which is stuck in the floor.
So like your legs are going up in the air as like you're holding on to that. Okay. Does anyone else, you're starting to feel like the gravity going away as you pulled out this tribute and activate the magic in this world, and it explodes as to where all of a sudden things are starting to float in the air. You hear beeps, clicks, and whirs from behind you as you hear as many of the animatronics are locking their boots down into the ground as you hear like magnets smacking down into the metal
Dang
below.
it.
Carlos, what's Jacob doing with your free attack? You're able, because that happened like simultaneously, you can get something in before you start floating up.
Oh, thanks. Just I don't think I can do that well on the flying, but I'm gonna take my laser knife and just try to cut the head of the one, or just attack the one
Sure.
attacking me. Hopefully taking it out.
Okay, roll a strength test for that.
That is 18 straight.
That hits.
It's a charge.
Roll the damage. And
Oh,
take
4.
out the charge. All right. That you just kind of cut up right into the one that attacked you, and it just kind of, and you see like heads start to split. This blue, almost like blue oil, electric blue oil, start to dribble down its face as its head just. And it
I could
falls down to
imagine.
the ground.
I could imagine as soon as the anti-gravity happens, just like
Oh, yes, totally.
like out like Gatorade and whatnot.
Yes. And that is, and it looks like some of these animatronics grabbed the director off the ground and are holding the director as they're going and locking their feet into the ground as they're walking back the direction the director came from. Cyrus, what are you doing as you're starting to go anti-grav?
Well, my feet are in the air, but I've still got my gummy stick stuck.
Oh yeah.
Can I kick the director in the head on his way past me?
You can try make an agility test. It's gonna, instead of the difficulty being 12, this is gonna be a DR 16 because there's other animatronics around him and the anti-gravity thing.
No. I got a 5.
You're just kind of like holding on to
Plus
your
4,
gummy
so-
stick and just kind of spinning around. Excellent. Torch, what are you going to do?
So right now, technically, my back would be to the director, because I had turned the fire at the things coming after us.
Yep.
I want to fire my bang stick as a means of propulsion to propel me towards the director.
All right. Okay. Excellent. I'm just make I guess a presence test, and depending on how well you do, that's going to be how far you go.
Oh, that's a dirty 20.
So you are just like soaring through the air, going backwards, like going over Cyrus as Cyrus is spinning around, trying to do some crazy kick, and heading straight towards this giant like surrounding of animatronics.
Now, with that dirty 20, is it possible that, any of that shot hits a robot at the same time?
No, because of like the placement. I think it was almost like it was aimed at the door you came in.
Yeah,
Sure.
away from the mass.
Yeah.
But is it possible for me to try and snag one of the robots that are carrying away the director with a hand just to hold on to him?
Roll an agility test on top of that. So he's like,
Oh yeah, I'm really good at these.
feel like you're going to corkscrew this one.
That's a 21. Yeah, he did corkscrew it, but in the good way. That's a 21. That's a natural 20.
You grabbed right on to like one of the people that's carrying the director, and you're holding on.
All
Okay,
right.
we'll
Let me tell
come
you,
back to
people, you
that.
need to get some infinite black dice because they are hot.
Yes. Bert, what are you doing?
Do I have magnets on my feet?
You tell me. Do you think it fits?
I mean, I think it makes sense. We've been on a spaceship, and like, if somebody's gonna go out and fix something, it's probably gonna be me. Like, I don't
Sure,
have to
why not?
breathe.
Yep, I'm with you.
So the robots are largely ignoring me, correct?
Yes.
I start beeping the same thing that they're beeping so that I can get in real close.
Okay. You
And
do that.
once I'm in real close, I want to activate a tribute.
Okay. Spend a neuromancy point, roll a presence test, and let us see what you get.
Yes. Dice, please. 10.
All right. So you go to activate it. Unless you're going to spend a favor, this is going to fail.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Where is that on my sheet?
Let's see.
Yes, I can do that. I will do that.
Okay. You spend a favor, so it adjusts the difficulty by 4, so that you essentially got a 14 instead of a 10. So that works. What tribute are you activating?
I have an electric axe that can pop out of my arm.
Uh-huh.
So I want to get like up in this guy's personal space, and then once I'm like in the group that's clustered around him, activate it and stab him with it.
Okay. You activate it. Roll a. Hang on. Let me draw this out real quick in my head or on here.
I also have to roll 2d6 to see how long it lasts for.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
9 rounds.
Okay, so I have a magic number that's Dave, or I mean Torch. I have all the other people, so because you're right in the middle of it and you activate it, there's a chance that as it's like it's coming out, it's going to hit somebody before you get the chance to actually attack with it. So roll a d8 and let me know what you get.
Okay. 2.
Okay. You come in and you end up like splicing one of the bots completely in half as it activates. You'll be able to attack the director next round, but you managed to avoid Torch in the process.
I am sorry, brother.
Are you talking to Torch or the robot you just axed?
The robot I just.
And you see little bits of the blue oil inside of it, much like Carlos had mentioned. It's just kind of starting to float in the air and little globules. So, speaking of, what is Jacob going to do?
He's gonna do is try to angle himself and kick off to
Okay.
give chase.
Okay.
Imagine it's probably agility.
Yeah, roll an agility test.
I'm only moderately bad at those. Oh, great. It's grand total 17.
Okay. So you said you were like pushing off to go where?
Towards, wherever the robots were dragging the director. Just trying to make my way.
Okay. So you push off and you're working your way that way. You're kind of going through the air. What are you doing in the process? Because you can move and do something in a round.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, and I guess if anything doesn't like, if something's like too hard to get, I guess I'll kind of like use my knife, my laser knife, to kind of help, drag myself the rest of the way, perhaps.
So, like, you're in the center of a room, so there's no like the only thing that you're going to drag it through is possibly like one of the bots.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay. Go ahead and try and roll to hit, I guess, with a strength test. It's going to be a DR 14 instead of a 12 because you are like kind of floating through anti-grav.
So I rolled a 16 on the die with a strength zip.
Okay, so that hits. Roll the damage.
That's only gonna be a 3 though.
Okay. You cut into it and you see it like this one was one of the bots that was kind of carrying the director, and they just kind of turn and look at you, and they lock eyes into you. Their eyes glow very blue, and you just hear them say, "Annihilate." What is Aaron going to do?
So, what is the range on tributes? Are they individually?
What's the tribute do? It's so it just kind of
the hacked neural network.
Oh, gotcha. So that was within it would definitely within this room. You would definitely be able to make it work within this room.
So I want to try and hack these bots and have them turn on the director or turn on themselves.
Okay. Spend a neuromancy point and then roll your presence test, and then we'll see what you can do.
How do you feel about a natural 20?
I feel like you aced it. So tell me what you want to tell these bots to do. And you're doing this as you're kind of floating up, right? Because you've got
right.
Yep.
So I want to have the bots that are from the nursery and the dinner turn on the bots that are that way. So communicate to both groups, and each other group is their adversary.
Okay. Excellent. And do you say anything specific about the director?
I don't know to what extent I can if I've already given a bit, but if I can say more than the director has wronged you, throw that in there as well.
Okay. All right. We shall see what happens with that then. Okay. So you do that. You all of a sudden you see electricity just kind of spew out of this tribute as you're casting it. You see almost little electrical lightning striking each of the bots, including Bert, because you're affecting all of the electronics.
Sorry, Bert.
Cyrus, your techno tablet is starting to go wonky. Torch, your bat, your Borg bat is starting to go and look like they're about to start attacking one of the animatronics. And it looks like everybody just kind of drops what they're doing and they start charging at each other from one end to the other. And it looks like it's going to be one giant kind of Royal Rumble of animatronic weird flesh covered bots. And
What
Bert,
the hell?
you were in the mix.
Get him, BB hate.
You know what? I love how this thing looked at me square in the face and said, "Annihilate," but not you.
So they're all attacking one another. Cyrus, what are you doing?
Oh, let's see if I can do much. Can I try to pull Bert out of the mosh before it gets going?
Let's see. Roll, and you can see Bert because Bert's got the gigantic electro axe. You're gonna try and grab Bert and just yank them out.
Yeah.
Okay. Make an agility test to try and grab Bert.
Okay.
And then,
I'm theoretically good at these guys.
And a natural 1.
No, not a natural 1. I got a 3 plus
Perfect.
4 for 7.
You go reaching in, and there's just
guys hate me tonight. And it's my Nerdarchy dice. They're doing me so bogus.
I
Wild.
I
They
love the way
never
you
do
think,
this to me.
Steven, but you're like, can I pull Bert out? And I'm thinking, is Bert in the middle of all those robots?
Yes.
Well, now we know why I failed. Oh my
Torch, what are
gosh,
you
I
gonna
actually
do?
love failure though, because it's funny.
Yes. It's totally great. I always fail.
I'm sorry, I'm making the Grim Dark game not Grim Dark.
Oh no. The DM chooses what we're doing. We get to choose the soundtrack.
That's
Exactly. Yep.
I feel like my soundtrack right now is like the Wheels on the Bus or something else.
Oh my god.
No, those are totally off.
I feel like there's some Scooby-Doo going on here.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
Will Rotted Breath work on an emo bot?
My brain doesn't remember exactly what it says. So can you?
One creature deceased for no more than 3 days is brought back to life with the -2 their presence permanently.
I mean, it is magic, so I don't see why not. Sure.
Okay.
So what are you doing, Torch?
I want to shoot Bert.
Okay. Okay, roll to hit.
All right.
Fair.
Oh no.
No, I mean fair. I was absolutely about to turn around and start hacking at you guys when I was done with the director.
So that's an 11, but I'm going to spend my last favor.
Okay.
Dave has been playing with me long enough that he knows my "I'm about to betray you" face. I have no focus anymore.
Fantastic.
Okay,
Okay, so then roll the damage. And Bert, are you wearing any armor?
No.
that's a 5.
Okay, so you take 5 damage unless you spend a favor to roll a d6 to negate that much damage.
All right, I'm hanging on by 1.
Okay. All right. All of a sudden, Cyrus, you're trying to grab Bert, and you see gunfire blasting from the other room. That you hear the sound. You know it's Torch as it fires off, smacking Bert right in the torso.
Don't worry, we can
Bert?
fix it. We can fix Bert later. I downloaded Bert's consciousness or program or whatever you do with robots.
Didn't ya?
Bert, what are you doing?
I mean, I was about to hit the director, and then I got shot in the back by friendly fire. I'm gonna hit the director anyway.
Now you had this weird magical urge to attack the others, but that could include the director, so that's fine. Yeah.
I mean, no, I still have the urge to attack the others because they just made all of my robot brethren attack each other. I was trying to save them.
No, but I mean, so Ted or Era did a tribute that controls all electronics.
Okay. You meant the other robots. All right. Yes,
Right,
I will direct
yeah.
that at the director.
I mean, the director is one of them, so I think that would work.
Okay. Cool.
Roll to hit. It's going to be a strength test since you're using that electro axe.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
crikey.
No.
Okay, so do you have any favors left you want to use?
I have 1. Can I use it to re-roll?
You can use it to re-roll.
Cause then that's a 0. That's a 6. That's not much better.
No, but at least it's not a fumble. Okay, so Jacob, what are you doing?
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Jacob is just kind of sitting back, like, "Oh, they're gonna kill each other. Save me some bullets right here."
Yeah.
So Jacob is just kind of sitting back enjoying the view. To be honest.
Okay, awesome. So, are you gonna float up, maybe up to the ceiling and just kind of stay out of the way?
Yeah, that makes sense. Just hold on. About time. You know what? I don't know if I have any rations on me. I'm gonna sit down. If I do, I'm gonna eat some jerky.
Awesome, perfect. Era, what's
Gonna
happening
tear
with
each
you?
other apart.
I was going to exactly say what Carlos said. I'm like, all right, bullets are expensive, and I've used quite a bit on this little mission. So I'll float up, and I'm gonna have a snack and watch the brutality
I
of robot
pass some
violence.
jerky.
It's robot
pass-
fighting time.
I pass some jerky to Era and be like, "We should guys money on how many credits you want to put down?"
Perfect. So you two are just doing that. The bots are just attacking one another, systematically, like taking some of them down a little bit at a time. Now it's easily there were 20 on the one side and then about 4 on the other. We're down to about 10 bots now. So that takes us to Cyrus. What are you doing?
I think that with Torch telling me that he has a plan and that he backed up Bert's memories, I feel like Cyrus can put 2 and 2 together and knows where this is going and wants to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna run away from Bert as much as I can.
So you're gonna head towards the entrance that you came from, kind of air swimming through the towards that way.
In fact, I think what I might do is I might try to prepare myself, embrace myself. I might try to kick off Bert in the process.
Okay.
So I might do that last damage to make the explosion happen.
Excellent. Go ahead.
Oh,
and,
that's what you were doing. You didn't know that was I'm about to betray you face.
No,
No.
I was betraying you first so that you could blow them up.
Yeah. So
That's hilarious.
Yep.
So yeah.
I haven't seen even an emo bot self-destruct yet.
Hey,
so
let's go.
yeah, I guess I don't know what I'm rolling.
Okay, roll to hit. This is gonna be a strength test because you're just trying to kick and push yourself off.
Okay, that is a 19 plus 1, dirty 20.
Okay, Bert. I'm sorry. That 1 hit point that you had left is now at 0. Tell me
That's all right.
about your self-destruct mode.
All right,
confetti
so
bomb.
let's see. I must announce to the GM at the start of each day if I have it on or off, which I did several sessions ago. Let's see. It goes off at -1 HP.
Okay, roll a d2 then for your damage, for the kick damage for Cyrus, and let's see. If you get 1, then it doesn't happen. If you get 2, then it does happen.
I got a 2 on a d6.
So I do that odd even, but I don't know how you do it.
You're the DM, so
1 through 3 is 1, and then 3 through 6 or 4 through 6 is 2.
It's gonna be more fun for it to be the 2. So it's the 2. Okay.
All right. So 5-foot radius, 2d6 blast damage, and then they can do an agility test, DR12 for half.
Okay. So that includes you, Cyrus. Okay. You are within foot range.
Okay. 11 plus 4 is 15.
Okay, so you're going to take half the damage. So Bert, will you roll the 2d6 damage for blowing up?
7.
I might die still.
7. So that's going to be 3 rounded up. So that's going to be 4 damage to Cyrus. The bots around you as you're self-destructing, you still your memory is you're seeing it as you're exploding, and you see the director explode. And out of the 10 that were left, there's 4 of them just get completely obliterated along with the director, leaving only 5 more of the bots in place. And your friend Bert is now in pieces all over this room, floating through the room that has no gravity. So that takes us back to the rest of the bots who are still fighting with one another.
Holy!
Oh no! Wait, no. Oh yeah, because Era was just kind of watching, right?
Yep.
Okay, and yeah, so that's okay. So that no, Bert, Torch. Yep. Okay. So they're fighting amongst themselves. Another of the 5, another 2 go down, leaving 3 remaining. Cyrus, you took damage. You kicked your friend only to have your leg hit with shrapnel. What are you doing? But you did push off, so you were like kind of floating out.
Yeah, am I allowed to do something else? I thought I was just that was my action.
We're back to the beginning.
Oh, I see. Can I try to collect the pieces so we don't have to find a new body for Bert?
You're going around finding bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Okay. Torch, what are you doing?
I'm going to activate Rotted Breath.
Okay. Spend a neuromancy point and roll the presence test.
All right. Oh no, that's a 5. That's only an 8.
You try to activate the tribute. Something about all the weird static that's in the air. The weird.
It looks like a Rubik's
globules.
cube, and I'm just trying to. It won't match up.
Oh no. Jacob and Era, are you still just kind of watching the show?
Is it says it's down to 3 at the moment?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Are they doing free for all? Does it look like it's 2-on-1?
Right now, it looks like they're like the 3 of them are just kind of battling each other now. Like they
Right,
were fighting other people. Now they've come together.
I'm gonna go help Cyrus if we can find some pieces to reconstruct our Bert at some point in time.
Okay. I mean, there's bits and pieces of robots all over, like floating all throughout this room from the fighting of these, but it's a different technology than what Bert was made of. Like,
Just get all the best parts.
Oh,
We're
that yeah.
We're gonna make Mecha Bert.
We're gonna make new Bert.
Newbert City. Perfect.
Isn't Bert already Mecha Bert?
It's fine.
No, Mega Bert.
Oh, Mega Bert.
So, while you all are doing that, they end up the 3 remaining end up just their mission was to kill each other based on the tribute that Era had activated. So they end up doing that. Now there's bits and pieces of these weird robots that were covered in a synthetic flesh just kind of floating around. There are some bits and pieces of Bert that you're able to collect. You're going to need other stuff to really put Bert back together again.
Humpty Bert sat on a wall. Humpty
That's right.
had a big explosion.
All right, so are we out of combat now? Technically, another neuromancy point, natural 20, for a 23 on the presence check to activate it.
Okay.
Can we say that when it activates, like sparks of electricity kind of shoot out, like tendrils, and start grabbing pieces of Bert and pulling them together?
Yes, you can totally say that. I think that's perfect. And it's weird because it's pulling other pieces from some of the other bots in together to help kind of make the Mega Bert. And Bert, you are now back with whatever your hit points were, whatever your die was for your hit points. Just roll that because you won't be at max hit points from this.
Okay.
But you will be back, and it'll take you a little while to adjust. You're having strange memories of what's happened. Maybe parts of the past like 30 minutes are not quite there, but you are brought back.
You're good as new, -2 to your presence, but can't go below a -3.
And that's permanent.
That's okay.
Does our Mega Bert still have the axe? Did we get that?
No, that the axe would have gone back in itself when Bert exploded.
The
right.
backup of your personality would not remember the past day, probably. So I'm not mad at you guys anymore, and probably not infected with malware anymore. So there's
what I'm saying is that arm piece there that they could reactivate the axe, or is that gone?
Yeah, so that was a tribute. So that just kind of took over. So that tribute did not blow up. Tributes,
Okay, cool.
they're magical, so it takes more than like the self-destruction of an emo bot to completely eradicate, like destroy
Cool.
those.
It's good to know my death meant nothing to you.
I think like
I just
after
want your
seeing-
stuff.
It totally
Cool.
meant something. Is like, is the electro axe still there or not?
Hey, I'm just looking out for our legionnaire stuff. That's all.
Like I
Perfect.
imagine, like with the explosion, the stuff being brought back together, Jacob kind of takes a pull of his stogie. Like that was one hell of a show.
Yeah.
Is it a stogie or a joint? What is Jacob?
The Swartz mechanical stogie enhanced cigar. Never was consumed. It tastes great.
That can be used as an explosive. Okay, excellent. So, like the gravity's returned. There's bits and pieces of all these weird animatronic bots that had like that weird synthetic flesh over them. Looking around, it's like this is like a strange natural history type of museum. Like instead of them being wax people in the spaces, it was these animatronic type weird bots.
Am I still cradling the fake baby emo bot?
If you want to.
Yes, absolutely. He's carrying it around with it.
Excellent.
So is there anything of value in any of these, exhibits now that they're empty of their former workers?
It's almost like everything in here is like props or fake because it's like made for a museum. So like one of the rooms looks like an installation of terraforming a planet. One looks like it's kind of like it looks like it's during some sort of industrial type revolution with a labor movement. There's like signs on the walls about how robots make things better. Life is easier with the bots. There's one like documenting like space travel, and there's like kind of like a timeline and a history, but none of the dates match up with what you know from your universe, and none of the names of the planets or anything like that match up either. As far as anything of interest, roll a d66 because you're going to spend some time looking around.
26.
26. It's weird. Like you pull this out, and it's kind of tucked into one of the almost like a locker in the labor union area, and it's a sparkly outfit. It smells of like cigarette or cigar smoke, and as soon as you pull it out, you don't recognize it, but Cyrus recognizes it, and it's the outfit. It's like the jacket of somebody that used to be like a total network star, like on the net, that has just been disappeared for like maybe 10 or 15 years, that you just assumed just got consumed by the Grimm.
Well, since Cyrus knows who it is, I'll give the jacket to him.
I will absolutely take the jacket and immediately start taking pictures and sending it to all of them, even though they watch me take the pictures.
Perfect.
Are we going to talk about the fact that it seemed like that robot was one of the Grimm?
I thought that was a little weird.
So, like, Torch, I just need you to realize that, like, bugs and machines are different bugs.
I mean, there was that weird blue.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Cyrus.
I really rather like this place. How did we end up here?
Funny story. Let's go down this way and see what's down here.
That sounds like a good idea. I walk.
So you're continuing down the hall, like so. The big area that you're in, it was like one massive room with like side like displays, but at the far end there's a door at the end. Is that where you're heading towards?
Yeah, towards the gift shop. So, Bert, you
Okay.
really don't remember anything?
What?
You
I
don't
mean, I remember handing you the backup copy of my mind, like we do occasionally.
You did a great job back there. You really kicked ass. You destroyed like all of those robots by yourself. They were evil, so it's okay to worry about them. They were
Yeah.
infected by the Grimm. They were the Grimm.
Life is much easier with robots.
It really
You
is.
are welcome.
Yes, thank you. And robots are great for getting rid of evil Grimm robots.
This is true. And I just wanted to remind you, you definitely unblocked me and have no reason to block me again.
Oh, real important question.
Yeah.
Self-destruct on or off today?
I think after that, according to what you're telling me, it seems like a good policy to leave it on.
I agree. You should walk up ahead of us just in case.
And I do, feeling quite proud of myself.
As you get to the door opens up, and it's just a small, like 5 foot wide by 10 foot deep hallway until it comes to a T. It says gift shop to the left, and then there's a hallway to the right. So there's a hallway to the left, hallway to the right. Looking down, it's kind of lights up on either side as you come in. Bing, bing, bing. You can see a door, almost identical space, probably 15, 20 feet down on either side, continuing in the direction that you're heading.
You said gift shop to the left, right?
That is correct.
That's a problem. Because we know that there's more adventure to the right, but we're always supposed to go left.
So, like, I vote gift shop because they specifically said to exit through the gift shop.
I'm a little concerned about exiting through the gift shop is because, like, back to our ship is behind us.
That's true. And I definitely need sleep because I am very bloody and also leaky with my mechanical parts.
What if in this dimension the Grimm only infect robotic constructs?
Then Bert and I are screwed.
But the rest of us, things might be looking up for. Sorry, BB-8. I don't know. I mean, it kind of sucks where we came from. Maybe we should stay here.
Yeah, I don't think that here is going to be any better than anywhere else, but we can certainly take a look.
Well, we haven't seen any of the Grimm except for that robot, which was weird.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything bad except for everything around us.
It was fine. We had a good time.
I mean, it was a good show, but
Bert
I
got
don't
to
know
kill
what
a
we would
bunch
have
of
done without
robots.
this.
Well, seeing as Bert was the hero of today, I think that they should get to choose.
All right, Bert, where do you want to go? Want to go to a gift shop or go figure out what's to the right?
Well, we need to know what's to the right. We can hit the gift shop after. I am going to loot the entire thing, and I walk into the other room.
Excellent. As you the door opens up, and as you open, it is about 15 feet wide, and it only goes probably like 30 feet deep. It's just kind of a square room. It's poorly lit. It almost has the feel of bad bad fluorescent overhead lights. You see what look like the bots without the flesh pulled over their mechanics sitting at tables like sewing machines, and it looks like this is some sort of area where a lot of clothing is made. It almost looks like this is the costuming department for the museum. You see the bots just kind of look up and then go straight back to what they were doing. There's kind of at the far end, it looks like there's rows of different styles of clothing.
Oh shit, they got a whole bot sweat factory going on.
Attention, fellow robots. Is this the work that you enjoy doing?
That does not truly compute.
I see. Carry on.
They're sewing patches on my bag for me.
Do you think?
Oh, we got a sneak peek at like Brian's sweat.
Yeah.
My
Do you think? Do you think these bots are part of the union?
Oh, I sincerely doubt any of these bots were in a union. But if they really don't want to be here, eventually they'll figure out that nothing's keeping them and go.
Yeah. And also we can get new clothes here because like my clothes kind of reek. And I have this new jacket and like I need something that goes with the new jacket, you know?
Oh, that's a great idea. I want to take a look at the clothes.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's like all like as you go, there's like just big like racks of clothes, all sorts of different outfits. It looks as though they've probably the displays that you look through. It looks like they probably change those up fairly regularly. Although a lot of this is like costume clothing, so like pockets aren't necessarily pockets. You know, it's more for show than anything.
Oh, that's evil.
Right?
You can all know the plight of women. I was in until I realized there's no pockets. Screw that.
Right.
I'm filled with irrational rage right now.
It's not
There is a door
irrational.
at and there is a door at the end of the hall.
Cyrus is definitely going to try to compose an outfit that's essentially like if you took glam rock and traditional punk and mashed them together so that it goes with this
The most
jacket.
Bowie thing ever, probably.
Yes, exactly.
I'm gonna grab a hat.
Perfect. You can describe your hat and your outfit, and you have these things.
Cowboy hat.
What is it through the other door?
As you open the door, it looks like this whole hall. It looks like about 10 feet before it curves turns to the left, and it's just covered in rubble. It looks like this has just kind of been filled with almost in a similar way to when you came up the elevator shaft, and it's like where did this concrete and material come from? It's just completely filled in. You could probably send Borgbat through or BB Hate through.
Yeah, I'll send BB Hate to crawl through and see if we can see what's on the other side.
Okay. BB Hate, you're seeing on your tablet, you see BB Hate fly through, kind of turn to the left, go about 20 feet before it opens up and clears. And it looks like the hall continues down a ways, but there's also a hall going straight to what looks like would probably be the front of the ship from the direction you were coming from originally.
Okay, I want to have him continue on towards the front of the ship.
As BB-8 starts to fly into the front of the ship, the lighting is very low. It's almost like a greenish hue, and it's a large room. It almost looks like this is probably what would have been the bridge of the ship, but more than half of it, the walls, the far end of it, are covered with like this moving, almost imagine like large pieces of silly putty kind of that are stretched and moving and flowing, almost as though they're weird fleshy pieces. And as BB Hate flies in, roll an agility test for BB Hate.
Oh no, we're gonna need another BB Hate. All right, that is a 14. I don't know that he has an agility, so
That's fine. Yeah, no, just roll it straight like that. BB Hate moves, like dodges out of the way as some of these weird, like kind of these like moving like flesh things just kind of try and reach out to try and kind of engulf BB Hate to pull it back against the wall.
I will recall BB Hate, and I will like be showing the rest of my legion the screen and being like, "Yo, look! I think I know why they covered everything in with rubble."
Make a presence test, everyone.
Okay.
So I took a -2 to that, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna.
But no,
I'm
it's
gonna-
whatever your presence is. Your presence is just lowered by 2.
So, like, if your presence was
Oh,
a
I still
1.
got an 18.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. I rolled a 14 plus 2 plus cockroach.
Okay.
17.
I'm gonna use a favor to definitely re-roll that.
Yeah.
We got a 4.
16.
Yeah. So everybody but Cyrus, as you're seeing this like kind of weird taffy-like material, like kind of moving off of the wall and seeing how big it is, it's like dripping down from the ceiling. It's against all the walls almost. The coloration, almost everything of it looks like the synthetic skin that was over the robots that were in the other room that you fought. It's like very thick, it's very massive, and it's yeah, gross is the word.
All right, I guess we don't want to uncover this. Matter of fact, we might want to add more rubble.
This is like Nickelodeon levels of grossness to the slime.
Well, there's always the gift shop.
There is always the gift shop.
There is always the gift shop.
Watch them say this as silly putty.
I've changed my mind about wanting to stay in this dimension. Harris.
Era.
So what do you all do?
Walk to the gift shop.
Gift shop, my guy.
Gift
You
shop
head over.
away.
You head over, like it's clearly got like signage saying, like pointing you wayfinding stuff as though that you're going to the gift shop, and you enter into a room that's almost identical in shape and size to the room that was the clothing factory, but instead it looks like a med bay. It's got a lot of almost like there's lots of chairs lined up that are like almost like salon chairs with big like head things that look like they would go over your head for some sort of, you know, something to work with your brain or whatnot. There's a door at the end of this room, much like the door at the end of the other room that had the rubble to it.
Oh, look, hair dryers.
This is the worst gift shop I've ever heard of.
This doesn't look like there's any gifts in here.
I'm guessing the gift shop is to the door.
What do you think these things do? And I'll sit in one of the chairs and put on the hair dryer.
So as you pull it down, all of a sudden you everybody else, you hear it, and it's starting to fire up, and you see like the screen behind. All of a sudden, the screen lights up behind Torch, and you can start to see. It's almost like electrical pulses are coming out of the dome, firing through the tube and going to the screen. And if you look at the screen, you see really fast flashes of like video. Like you maybe kind of catch a glimpse of something you've encountered with Torch somewhere along the way, but it's all.
You might see Bert getting shot in the back and then drop kicked into an explosion.
Exactly, but it's going really fast. Like it's as though your memories are being recorded into this database.
What does it feel like?
Make a toughness test.
That's not a good feeling at all. Let's see. That's going to be a 17, 18.
Like you can feel that it's like it's starting to drain you a little bit. You're starting to get tired, a little lethargic, but like it doesn't hurt. It's just almost it's like you're being constantly on, like your energy has been amped up, and like all of a sudden all the serotonin's just kind of draining out of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and take it off. I don't like this.
Okay, you go, and it powers down, and like the electricity kind of fizzles out in the screen. Just what like it was a screen that kind of lit up, and then the screen just kind of disappears.
Oh, I don't recommend that at all.
Are you okay?
I think so. I just feel a little sleepy now.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
As you're saying that, you see one of the fleshless robots that looked like they were one of the ones in the sewing shop walking through this room towards the door at the far end. They don't pay attention to you at all, and they just kind of walk towards the end of the hall.
Follow.
The door opens up. They walk through. They take a right. You see off in the distance the rubble area that BB-8 flew through as the bot turns left into what you can only imagine is the room with the big saltwater taffy putty-like flesh coming off the walls as this bot kind of starts to walk in. As you see, are you continuing to follow?
Yeah, from a distance.
Okay. You follow and you see the bot just kind of walk into the center of the room as these large, tenuous flesh things come out and start to envelop and encase the body, and you see it start to take form, and flesh just kind of melts and forms all over this mechanical shell until they are a naked person standing there with this synthetic flesh on them. And they turn to you. They say, "I am the director."
I knew it. I knew it. I was going to ask if it looks like the director.
It doesn't, but that's what they said.
Oh. Torch, Jacob, Era. You have the guns?
Yeah, but I think we should beat feet instead.
As you're saying that, like from the back of the room, all of the flesh seems to be like coagulating towards each other and starting to like kind of push and pulsate and like as it's starting to try and find its way off of the wall and kind of down onto the ground of this ship behind the director, almost like a big kind of massive like wave type thing coming up behind it. Shadows are being cast down over the director, and you can feel like the light of the room kind of fading out as the shadows are starting to come towards you.
I want to run.
Okay, you start running. Yes.
Yeah,
What
I'm
does
heading
everybody
back
else
the way
do?
we came.
Is there a door that we can shut?
There was the door to the gift shop. I mean, med bay room. So you could program the door to kind of lock that behind you.
I absolutely want to do that, and if there's any kind of video feed or anything, I will make it have like a little text that says "definitely not a gift shop."
Excellent. Make a presence test to see if you're able to lock it on your way out. I assume Era is running and Bert is running as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I have no reason.
You got better.
You see that?
I can't tell. It's too shiny.
Oh, it's a natural one.
Oh my word, Steven!
I know. It hit me tonight. It's my Nerdarchy dice. Look at it.
You're punching it, and then you just hear doors opening everywhere as you're doing that.
And it also says definitely a gift shop.
100% gift shop.
Oh.
But everybody
Thank
else
you
is
for
running.
visiting.
You're able to.
Oh my god.
You're able to catch up with them. You get to the rubble. I assume you're going to try and climb down the rubble to get back through the lower level and get to your starship.
Yes.
While screaming.
Okay. While screaming, running, getting through this, you find your way back to your starship just as you see another couple of ships starting to pop into space where this was, because you discovered this thing that came out of the bitter void, and there's always going to be other people that are interested in where riches might be. You hop into your ship and plot a course for somewhere and jump out of here, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah. And your legion lives to fight another day.
Awesome.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
We all survived for now.
Yes. Well,
For now.
Bert,
Even though one of
Bert
us
was born
died.
again.
Well,
I was. I'm a new bot.
That's right.
I mean, Bert lived to fight another day. So I mean, there was just a pesky explosion in the middle. It's no big deal.
That's right.
New lease on life.
And I did bring faux Emobot Spot back with us.
Oh my god, we have the robot baby!
Yes.
Yes.
My son.
Yes.
But I feel like if this is a horror
Nice.
game, we're going to see the bot's eyes are still blue at the end.
Oh, I think that's perfect. Yes. And no, you don't see the bot's eyes are blue, but it poops out a little iridescent blue liquid.
Oh no, it's a blue plorp.
It's probably fine. What could go wrong?
Oh my gosh, how many natural ones are in this
pleading
game?
that.
So that's the end of this mini arc of your Legion. Thank you all for playing. That was I really enjoyed getting to run that for y'all and seeing where that weirdness went today.
Well, thanks
So
for
now-
running, as always.
Yes. Looking at the Kickstarter page,
Yes.
I definitely see a familiar map here. So is this ship part of this new book or one of the new books?
The ship that you're on now, or the thing that you were on.
Yes.
It is not. It is not.
It's not?
This is
Okay.
something completely different for another future project that that has yet to be announced. So there are bits and pieces that, like with this one, that I've changed and tweaked a bit. The game that you ran the first time, the first like container that you came through, was pretty true to it. This one I mixed up because I wanted to see how things went differently and went a little weirder. So
Nice. When's the next stretch goal?
the next stretch goal is at
65.
we're at 58,000. We're at 65K, and that'll be a guest adventure by Walton Wood. Much like how y'all did a guest adventure in the last game crowdfunding campaign, it's going to be like that.
Nice.
Yes,
are you
it's
are
been
you
very-
familiar with Cyborg?
Am I? I've read a good chunk of it. I have it. I need to read the rest of it, and I'd love to play in a game that somebody runs of it. So yes.
Just because someone was asking, what would you say the difference is between Cyborg and Vast Grimm?
This is very science fantasy, and that's very cyberpunk.
Okay.
Like this
that's
is
a huge
kind of
difference.
yeah. This is very like Gonzo weird space, and that's super cyberpunk. Really, more against the corporate infrastructure and that sort of thing.
I mean, the
they can be-
Grimm corporate infrastructure seems very similar to me.
True, and there's lots of things that you can use from both
Yeah.
when running a game together. I mean, there's no reason you couldn't. One of the things that they introduced, that Christian and Johan introduced when doing Cyborg, they added another attribute for technology, which I wish that we would have taken that into consideration when making the original Vast Grimm book, because I think it would have helped so there wouldn't be so many presence tests.
Okay, yeah. That does make a lot of sense. Well, thanks
Yeah.
everyone for hanging out with us tonight and watching. Thank you everyone who played, and thanks Brian, of course, for running. Go check out the Kickstarter; it's fully funded, blasting through stretch goals. If you do not have Vast Grimm yet, you can pledge in order to get Vast Grimm, or I think you just buy it at this point too, if you wanted to. It is aesthetically very pleasing to look at, and it is a fun game. So with that,
And you can get a badass GM screen. It literally says it.
it must be true.
Why would I lie?
Yeah. So with that, until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Stay
Nerdy.
nerdy.